So I think the hardest part is actually trying to ignore what's really happening. And it's kind of like a train wreck. It's kind of like a bad accident. And you know it's coming, but you can't look away. And it's tragic when you can see it happening. And then when you can replay it back and relive it, or even show others, or others remind you of what happened, then it just makes things that much more challenging to push through. And I can tell you guys right now, sorry, I don't mean to be like super incognito, but I got this hat on, and I wore this hat on our live stream this afternoon, this Monday. So you guys know we did a live stream on 2.0, but I got this, I don't know if you guys can see. Let's just address these problems head on. I got this damn pimple on my damn head. So I'm trying to like not draw attention to it by distracting people with flashy lights and red Porsche hats. But this actually was given to me by Porsche Perimeter in Atlanta. And I said, I will buy this car, this Macan GTS. I really like that car. And I said, I will buy it if you give us free hats. So I got a free red one and Michelle got a free black one. And that's why we have these Porsche hats. But either way, right now, today being Monday, and this is October 30th. And I know that without even looking at the date on my Omega Seamaster, my Planet Ocean here, because tomorrow is Halloween. And not only is tomorrow Halloween, but tomorrow also decided to be 60 something degrees. So we're not going to have a super enjoyable warm Florida weather Halloween. We're going to have a little bit of a chilly Halloween. And if you live in Florida, you know that 60 something degrees is frigid. It is full blown Arctic temperatures. And who moved to Florida to live in 60 degree weather? But either way, these are the challenges that we face. And I hope that everybody is prepared, okay? I'm about to pull out my damn Patagonia and be ready to brace these cold temps. Ryan Hall, how come you didn't warn me, bro? But either way, besides the point, it's hard to look away. But even harder than that is actually trying to start over and trying to pick up the pieces and trying to move on from a devastating life event that ultimately flips your whole life upside down and changes everything. And then you say to yourself, well, who am I? Where do I go from here? How do I do I address this problem with people that I know? Do I avoid it and pretend like it didn't happen? Do I try to be somewhat of a recluse and just kind of like hide in my shell? Do I try to reinvent myself and just like, I'll just up and move and relocate across the country where nobody knows me and just start over again? And I will say that personally myself, from experiencing this, and you guys probably experiencing it too, every single day, and seeing some of the titles, seeing some of the headlines to these videos, seeing some of the videos themselves in the context of the videos, seeing the declines, seeing the fallback, seeing the deterioration. And I see it happening. And I just wonder if people are really ready for it. Because this is something that we talked about last summer, when I told you guys that we were going to see this fall. And unfortunately, those who are higher up, I got to cover this damn pimple up. Sorry, guys. Those who are higher up have the furthest to fall. We talked about this last Labor Day, and I remember that explicitly because it was my daughter's birthday weekend, and we had rented a 3-story, 6-bedroom condo for the whole family and everybody to stay in. And this was the same day after somebody had stolen this airplane and they threatened to crash it into a Walmart or something like that. And that is literally the fall that I'm talking about, as people are feeling the pain and the burden and the weight on their shoulders from everything that has been building up in this world, in this economy, in this country. down to a small town, basically. And shoot, I can't believe that we went from an era and period of Jason Aldean tried that in a small town to, when's the last time you heard somebody say Jason Aldean's name? When's the last time you try that in a small town besides watching a Ginger Billy video? You see what I'm saying? That's how fast these things move. That's how quick things change. And that's how rapidly you can go from here to here, or actually lower than that. You can't see it. It's below the cameras down there. Actually, I don't want to show you guys too much. This is where the magic happens. And if you caught the 2.0 live stream today, then you know what's going to happen later. But either way, we'll save that for Patreon for the members who are signed up. Or maybe I'm gonna fire up that OnlyFans. That was one thing. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, Kevin, what do you think? I said, look, I ain't gonna lie. That's where I made the most money. But another story for another topic, for another video, for another day, for another channel, for another audience, essentially. But more and more people are actually taking advantage of these opportunities because of the financial situation that we are in nationwide. And there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing really wrong with it would be understanding and identifying you have this problem, realizing that there is a solution, and you ignoring the solution and inevitably forcing yourself to be much worse off than you really deserve to be. But regardless, as I was saying, the biggest and hardest struggle that I'm seeing right now are watching people fall, watching the decline, watching the struggle, watching the collapse, watching the crisis, watching everything just crumble. Sorry, I'm spinning my ring. My wedding ring is never gonna come off. And it's just this nervous tick where I just spin it. Now this one's tungsten, and it's actually changed colors over the years. I'm gonna see if I can get it cleaned, because it used to be a whole lot shinier, but maybe I can get it cleaned up to look like the brushed on my Omega Seamaster bracelet. What do you guys think? Or should I go diamond? Should I go diamond? And the reason why I asked that, I don't have a diamond watch coming, but I do have 3 watches on order. So this Omega Seamaster is, and you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, I'll put it in the camera so you can try to see the movement. I don't know if I can get this camera to focus on that. The movement, even though I can't see it while I'm wearing it, I love knowing that I can see the movement, listening to the automatic watch just do its thing. But I got this from Reed's, and I was able to walk in. I actually walked in because I wanted a tutor. I wanted a tutor because I wanted a Submariner, but the Tudor Black Bay 53mm was available. And then he introduced me to a GMT tutor. But at the end of the day, I'm a huge Bond fan. I almost went with a No Time to Die, but I thought that this Seamaster Planet Ocean was far more practical for daily wear. So I ended up with this. And so either way, regardless, I did, and I still do have 3 more watches on order, and they're all Rolexes. I have a Rolex Submariner. I have the Rolex Submariner is it's 51mm. I think it's 51mm. But either way, it could change by the time I get one. He said I still got a few months out. I've still got a few hundred people ahead of me on the wait list. So I have a Rolex Submariner on wait. I have a Rolex. I added, because I could have 3 on wait or on the wait list for the while I wait. So I have a Sub, and I have a Seamaster. I'm sorry, Sea Dweller, and I have a Yachtmaster on order. So we'll see whenever my day comes. But regardless, none of them are diamond encrusted or anything like that. But I would say that when the day comes when I do get my Rolex, I would probably need to upgrade this ring because it is looking a little crusty. But again, like I said, it ain't never coming off, okay? Pry it from my cold dead fingers, basically. But either way, regardless, the jeweler that we have gone into this with is a very reputable organization. And they said, look, we don't play games. We don't allow people to skip ahead, this, that, and the other. So yeah, I have to wait, but I feel like it's pretty fair, pretty honest. So if you guys want to know more about that Rolex AD authorized dealer waitlist situation, side note, Michelle has one coming and she will have hers before I have mine, but it's a completely different scenario on how she gets hers. Hers is ordered and built. I'm on a wait list, and then we'll see what happens. So either way, she's got the play button. She's got the most subscribers. She gets the most views. She's got a Rolex coming, and I already have my Omega. So she was like, hey, I'd love to have a really nice watch to dress up any instance. So we kind of came to this conclusion when we were in Atlanta last time in Buckhead, and we stayed at the Nobu Hotel. And she was like, I don't really want to dress up. I said, you don't need to, but it would be nice if you had a really nice watch, and then you could just wear the watch and you're already dressed up. And she goes, I like the way you think. Long story short, you guys may see that in the future. We'll see if she's going to do an unboxing on her channel, or maybe she'll do the unboxing on Patreon, which, by the way, the Patreon has been converted and shifted over to 100% Squirrel Tribe. So if you want more Squirrel Tribe, you know where to find her. So either way, the point that I'm trying to make here is things are changing. We are witnessing the change happening right in front of us, right before our eyes. And unfortunately, for those who don't understand and realize what's happening, they're going to be the hardest hit by these changes. And I can see it, I can feel it. And it's sad, to say the least, but I knew it was coming. I was prepared for it. I told you guys all about it. And now I have to continuously work on reinforcing my own basic principles about diversity, security, and cash flow. And that's pretty much how it all boils down, what it comes down to. And all I can say is, for everybody else, it's like, good luck. I hope you guys do well. I hope you guys make it. I hope everything turns out all right. But what used to work isn't going to work anymore, or at least not for the foreseeable future. And I don't know if you have what it takes to really figure out on your own what works, what will work now looks like. And if you're looking for me for answers, then, you know, like and subscribe. That's the best I can tell you. But odds are what I'm doing is going to be completely different from what you are even possibly capable of doing. So, yeah, just not looking good for you, is it?